EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to one of our favorite spots, venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Chicago Bears. The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. And he will not bring it out. He'll just go down to a knee here for a touchback. And the ball will come out to the 25. Rosen on 1st and 10. It's complete to Hopkins. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's 2nd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, you've got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Now it's Rosen. And the catch made by Hopkins. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 10 yards there on a Bengal first. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day.
To throw is Rosen. That's complete once again to Hopkins. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
Well, I know from past experience, before you actually play a game, you visualize what's going to happen. And I don't know anyone who doesn't visualize themselves being in the center of what's going on. That's 3 catches for him here in the early going. He's got to like the way this is starting.
Absolutely. 3 catches on any drive is good. Opening drive, that's a tone setter. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 43. And now it's Rosen looking underneath for Johnson. It'll be a gain of 4, and it's a 2nd down. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it. They love it because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 23 yards the pickup there.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Brings up 2nd and 2. At the 8-yard line.
Check back, check back. Rush in, rush, alert, alert, alert. Hey, alert, alert.
They want to go to the air again with Rosen. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts.
I'm coming for you. You
first carry for Darius Geis. He'll get only a couple down to the 44.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 44, Trubisky gonna let one fly for Robinson. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Ricky.
Following the penalty, it's Geis. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. Give him a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up 3rd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Now Trubisky on 3rd and long. Off to Geis on the screen. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Here comes the Bears punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. And they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Now Rosen. And a catch made by Johnson. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Rosen. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. 23 yards on the play.
First down, Cincinnati.
Rosen now nearly perfect. 9 of 10 in this first half. It's 1st and 10. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Following the penalty, it's 1st and 5, and you got to think offensively, all kinds of options. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Amari Cooper, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Parkey with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0.
Bengals 7, Bears nothing. Jason Myers.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
Looking to throw, Trubisky on first down. Catch is made by Hurd. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Here's Geis. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
On 2nd and 1, Trubisky. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
Well, the timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
180. 58. Come on. Watch the pass. Switch. Hey, quarter. Slam.
Protein spill.
Switch.
Hey, alert.
After the interception, here's Rosen. He gets this one to Johnson. Johnson odds poke free. Football's out.
Come on now. Let's go.
Offense retains possession.
Mike 58 right there. Watch the run.
Hey, alert.
Patch it.
Recon, 132 fighter. Hug.
On play action, Rosen under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. That's sacked by Khalil Mack.
Second down.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Draw play, Rosen to Johnson, and he'll be taken down at the 34. Ball at a gain of 3, and it'll bring up fourth down. Quite a sight here. Cody Parkey on for the field goal try against the Bears. On the right hash, officially this will be a 51-yard attempt. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They find themselves down 10-0 early after the interception on their opening drive led to a field goal.
So now they've got to pick up the mantle a little bit. You mentioned the team's down 10. They've helped contribute to that. How are they going to get their team back into this ball game? Run the offense that you think is going to be effective and execute it at a high level.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The sack by Jordan Willis.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
Gonna let one fly for Robinson. He's got him in. Complete. Trubisky hitting Robinson for a big one. 57 yards. That's a heck of a way to convert on 3rd and long, and he showed a lot of trust in his receiver.
And that trust was justified because he went up and got the football and converted on a down. You shouldn't. 3rd and long like that, that's supposed to be an incompletion at the least.
Off the play fake, here's Trubisky. This one into the hands of Hurd. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Bears, first down. 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
180! Hey, let's go. Hey, let's go.
From the red zone now, here's Trubisky on 1st down. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Geno Atkins able to record his 5th sack of the season.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line.
Okay, Brady, I see you.
Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Trubisky. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Here's Rosen to throw. Complete. It's Johnson. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. Rosen now, pretty amazing. 14 of 16 throwing the ball. It's 1st and 10. Again, it's Rosen. He finds Hopkins complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Rosen. He's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Amari Cooper, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Bengals, they widen their lead.
Touchdown, Cincinnati.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count. Now Parkey for the extra point. It's up and good, and that makes it 17-3. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. The first half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you get this last drive here. You get the ball to start the second half. Try and go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your momentum really built up.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with 3rd and still 7 yards to go. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
and I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is a real, I'm doing it though. This is a really important drive, and we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half too, and they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. This time, Trubisky will throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Geno Atkins in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Now it's Trubisky, able to find his running back, Geis. A gain of 4 on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Trubisky. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Geno Atkins. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
Check 13. Check 13. Monday.
To throw again on 2nd down. Rosen. That's complete to John Ross. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Rosen hands off to Johnson. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
80.
To throw is Rosen. And Stills bringing it in. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 12 yards that time, and a Cincinnati first down.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there, because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you can just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. Rosen on 1st and 10. Screenplay, Johnson. They find some open field here. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. David Johnson, his second touchdown on the season. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit, get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Second half, no matter what, whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever, this was a big score to start the second half.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Hey, let's get in them holes.
Now it's Trubisky. He'll find Miller. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
That's good for the Bears. First down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Geis. And he'll be taken down right around the 41-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. They stay on the ground. Geis again. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play.
And this is caught inside the 5. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Bring it back. 180. Coming this way. Here we go.
They go play action here on 1st down. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
They try and run on 1st down, but to no avail. Tackled for a 2-yard loss in the backfield. Call it a loss of 2 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and 12.
At the 18-yard line.
Watch the backer.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
The Bengals on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12.
Win the rep, let's go right here.
From the gun, it's Rosen. It's complete to Hopkins. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. A Bengal first down on the 16-yard pickup there. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow him down.
And he'll get this up only to about the 33. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there. The Bengals on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11.
Alert.
From the shotgun, it's Rosen. Cooper's got it. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
8 yards on the pickup brings up 2nd and 2 at the 48-yard line.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there.
Again, here's Bernard. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. The defense stiffens to force 4th down following that first down gain of 8. The Bengals bring out their punter now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Bears will take over at their own 20. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. They'll get 4 out of that, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 12.
18.
51's the mic. Hey, man. Watch the boot. Watch the boot.
3rd down. Here's Geis. Yeah, that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair.
That's where you belong.
So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Forced out to his left. He may try and run for this. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first. Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this first down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. From the 39, Trubisky. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Geno Atkins make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. After that sack we just saw, Trubisky and the Bears deal with a 3rd and long. Now Trubisky on 3rd and long. He's got his running back, Darius Geis. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive. Again, the offense will stay out there. They've converted once on this drive. What can they do here on 4th down? So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout. Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game? No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked. It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out. So for Cincinnati, they move a step closer to 500 as their record improves to 2-3. And they'll have another road date next week with the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for Chicago, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss.